into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's
That
not.
is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future, and that somehow calling people the goat would be normalized over the sheep being always the most popular reference.
Stay with me, this is important. So most of us have been aware of this, but has anyone noticed this? Euphrates River is drying faster than ever and will dry up completely by 2037. This is multiple sources, it's not just this. And guys, this is biblical. Underneath this river are 4 angels according to Revelation, and at any moment they can be released and they will unalive 1/3 of the planet. This is a prophecy that is taking place right now. The Euphrates River is mentioned several times in the Bible. It's a big deal. According to Revelation 16, it says that the Euphrates River will be dried up to prepare the way for the kings of the east. It's all towards the greater end plan. Here's another picture of the before and after. Quite obvious, but perhaps the most surprising part is the river itself resembles the Omega symbol. And Omega means that Jesus is the beginning and the end. We don't know when Jesus will return. We don't know the day. Only the Father knows. But he did give us signs.
You gotta repent, sir, for murdering babies.
Why?
Because it's a sin before God.
Why?
Wow.
Stinky breath.
Yeah,
Why?
that's pretty evil of you, sir.
Yeah, I am.
And I hope and pray that you...
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do to babies, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
You love it, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I hope that you come to Christ, sir.
Oh, I never go to Christ.
I hope that you come to Christ,
No,
sir.
I don't go to Christ.
Yeah,
I don't listen to Christ.
You will have a darkened heart, sir.
I do have a darkened heart. Yeah.
You have a darkened heart.
I do very, very much so.
And you will stand before God in judgment day.
Yes, I will. Every day.
Get that man some holy water. If you never thought demonic possession or oppression is real, just talk to an abortionist. They'll firm up your belief in the devil real fast.
It sounded like a demon was literally speaking through him.
I'm looking at through the deal. I'm just skimming through it. I'm not even caring. I'm trying to where the dotted lines at, so I can sign. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So then my homeboy grabbed it. He like, let me just, before you sign, bro, let me just look through it real quick, bro. Bro, he like, it's like he knew where the page was or something. He was just flipping, bro. He like, stop. He was like, bro, you didn't read this? I said, read what? The thing said you could not say the name, like literally in verbatim, it said you could not say the name Jesus. It didn't say God.
Wow.
It said you cannot say the name Jesus. I forgot what else it said, but it said like or else. Like it was like a threat in there or something. But they'll basically say like they know your family, where they live at. They know who your family is. It's stuff that's in those like dotted lines that we will not read. But it's literally them saying like, in my terminology, if you say the name Jesus, you're gonna die, or something gonna happen to you.
Sounds about right. We see how demonic the music industry is.
This guy in the 90s wrote this book called Behold a Pale Horse, and if you look this book up, you're actually put on an FBI watch list. William Milton Cooper was actually a naval intelligence officer during the Vietnam War. One night when he was on his boat, patrolling the deck, walking around, but then a little kind of vortex opens up and 3 flying saucers come down, the ocean opens up, and they go into the water. He started to collect as much data as he could and told everyone about it. Dude spent the rest of his career gathering intelligence documents, and he came up with this grand thesis called Behold a Pale Horse, that the entire world was governed by a satanic conspiracy that had infiltrated the schools, the media, the church, the military, the government. The story, he ends up getting killed in Edgar, Arizona. Police showed up to his house and they Swiss cheesed him for tax evasion.
Morbid Facts, Part 191. In 1988, actor Gary Busey was in a motorcycle accident where he collided headfirst into concrete without wearing a helmet. The accident fractured his skull, resulting in permanent brain damage, and Busey even said he briefly went to heaven. Years later, Gary refused to perform a scene set in heaven because he said the set design looked nothing like the real heaven that he visited. In the winter of 2014, a 4-year-old Colorado girl named Naomi was at the park with her family. While they weren't paying attention, she apparently wandered off and walked over a frozen pond before falling through. This photo captured her final footsteps before she broke through the ice and sadly drowned. There's a woman who's literally fearless due to an extremely rare genetic condition known as Urbach-Wiethe disease. The disorder results in the hardening of the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear response. Researchers exposed her to numerous terrifying experiences, and not a single one of them scared her.
Weird Myths Iceberg, Giant's Causeway. So this is this place in Northern Ireland that is famous for having all these large hexagonal rocks that were formed through volcanic activity. But there is a legend about this place that was actually built by giants, and that basically there was this giant called Finn McCool who was talking smack with another giant across the sea, and so to go fight that giant he built a bridge out of rocks, and that's what this formation actually is it's a giant built bridge. Next up we got volcanoes' real purpose. So this is a myth that volcanoes are actually the remnants of power plants from different cycles of humanity that had highly advanced civilizations, and now we're simply experiencing a series of different meltdowns that occasionally happen that aren't volcanic eruptions but rather meltdowns. There's also another theory that is kind of based on ancient beliefs, because some cultures saw volcanoes as like homes of their deities, and so this idea is that volcanoes are actually portals to another dimension, and it kind of goes along with like seeing UFOs near volcanoes, and some people think that like to get to another dimension you would need a lot of energy, and so where do you get that energy? You go to a place with a whole lot of heat, a whole lot of power, like a volcano, to use its heat source to go to another dimension. Uluru is hollow. So Uluru is this crazy looking sacred rock formation in Australia. There is this ancient mythology about how Uluru was the resting point for ancestral spirits, but there is a more new age modern myth about how it's like a global chakra point, or like an energy vortex that channels spiritual power across Earth. But there's more of a conspiratorial part of it where people think that this entire rock is hollow and that it has some sort of like alien technology, and that's why access to it is restricted, and yeah, that's about it. Finland doesn't exist. So this has to be a joke. This is like a conspiracy theory about how the country of Finland was just set up as like a fabrication by Japan and the Soviet Union back in the early 1900s so that they could fish the Baltic Sea under the guise that they were exporting from Finland, this made-up country, which is actually Russia. And anyways, that's really all there is to it. And so people say, well, do you know anybody from Finland? There you go. It doesn't exist. Statue of Liberty is Lucifer. So some people argue that the Statue of Liberty looks very similar to Lucifer, who's also supposed to be like a light bearer. A lot of people point to this famous painting called The Painting of Lucifer that was painted back in 1797, and how it looks really similar to the Statue of Liberty, which was built in 1875. But what Statue of Liberty is supposed to be is Libertas, the Roman goddess of liberty. But it does look really similar to that painting, I will give them, and the face looks very similar, but the face of the Statue of Liberty is actually modeled after a lady named Isabella Boy. So a lot of people also like to talk about how the Statue of Liberty has chains around her.
Honestly, at this point, I really wouldn't doubt if it was a statue of Lucifer. We see who runs this country and how demonic they really are.
Statue of Liberty is Lucifer. So a lot of people also like to talk about how the Statue of Liberty has chains around her feet, but she's supposed to be like breaking away the chains, and they're supposed to be breaking, and she's stepping forward. So Bimini Road was Atlantis. So this is this area in the Bahamas where back in 1968 divers found this series of large flat limestone blocks off the coast of the island of Bimini, and it appears that this road is like a half a mile long. What's really crazy about this is there was this guy named Edgar Casey, who is this American mystic that predicted Atlantis would be found near Bimini around 1968 to 69, and he predicted this like in the early 1900s. It seems that this discovery fulfilled his prophecy to a lot of people, and the stones really do look like they are a paved road, but scientists say that this is a natural limestone formation that was created from erosion. But I don't know, I think Bimini Road is a really weird one. Concave Hollow Earth. So this is kind of kind of like the Hollow Earth theory, except a lot more deranged. This is the idea that the entire world is inside the crust of the planet, and the whole sky is inside of Earth. And so like the sun, the stars, all the galaxies are in the interior of Earth, and that Earth's crust is this infinitely thick shell that surrounds the universe. And this contradicts all modern science, and I think it's a hilarious theory, and it's kind of epic. Devil's Tower theories. So the Devil's Tower has this really cool Native American mythology about how there was this giant bear that chased these young Native American girls who found safety on this rock. To protect them, the legend goes that the Great Spirit caused this rock to grow into this tower, which the bear then scratched and clawed at trying to get the girls. This caused the formation of, you know, the Devil's Tower and the lines you see today. And there's kind of a more modern conspiracy theory about how the Devil's Tower is a giant tree stump that has been cut down by something. I don't know what would be able to cut that down. But if this was like a giant tree, the theorists say that it would be like the size of the tree in Avatar, the movie. It might be like 3.5 to 5 miles tall, which would go up into part of the atmosphere, right? And anyways, this whole idea kind of ties in with like these other formations around the world being giant trees, and in reality this was just formed by magma. Anyways, thank you guys for liking weird myths just like this. If you have anything you want me to talk about specifically, just tag me in a video. And if you want to watch some longer videos, go right there to my YouTube channel. But thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
I've always wondered too, if they actually did find Atlantis or anything of significance in the ocean, or really anywhere, why would they tell us? Like, what would they gain from telling us? They keep so many things from us. I feel like they've already found Atlantis or some crazy shit down there, but they're just not telling us.
Wait, why does he have 2 clip-on mics? One for backup, maybe? Wait. One for backup, maybe? Wait, here's a picture of him. Look at the background pictures. Wait. I can't tell if I'm mind myself. Maybe it's just low resolution? Look at the book names. They don't have they don't have names. They don't have any names. Nothing looks right in this. Is he posing for a picture?
People suspect that Ghislaine Maxwell was a power broker on Reddit, allegedly.
Do you think that's real?
There's a lot of weird shit.
All right, what's the weird?
Well, like, a couple of things is that there's basically a Reddit account that is a mod on the top subreddits. World News, and all the biggest ones that have millions of people that are getting their news every single day coming from Reddit. There's like a bigger conspiracy that like intelligence and like different foreign operatives are a part of this small community of people that control what you see on Reddit. Millions of people getting their information with a disordinately small group of anonymous editors. People don't suspect this is true, that there is an account called Maxwell Hill that was disseminating a ton of information across all of these different subreddits, basically like promoting different ideas. People look at a lot of the comments and they say they're using a lot of like British colloquialisms, saying like bloody hell, spelling color O-U-R.
Oh yeah.
And then there's even PLSE. Normally when people will abbreviate please, they'll do PLS. She's doing it the British way, PLSE. And if you look at the emails that she has corresponding with Jeffrey Epstein, there's a lot of the same words that are used. Not to mention that the day she was arrested, the account never posted again.
I like this car. Is this your car? Yes. Well, you know what? I'm buying it. I need it fast. I'm buying it.
You're buying my car?
Here's your check.
Wow. Thanks. Oh my God. Wow. Well, just let me get my kids out of the back.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't have time for this. You see your kids? Yeah. I'm buying
I don't like girls.
Bro, this nigga gay as fuck.
Fool, when are they gonna stop playing in our face, bruh? So, allegedly, y'all, this is Mars. These are not my words, fool. Elon posted this. As you can see right here, this is Mars. It's honestly terrifying how much this looks like a random desert on Earth. Just a casual 225 miles away. The clarity is unreal. Look at this shit. and listen to the sound. This allegedly the sound and how it looks. Right. What type of camera are they using, fool? The clarity is unreal. Because everything else is unreal. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not slow, fool. I don't know what this is, but this is not Mars. That's not Mars, fool. You got this man Elon talking about one day. One day what? One day what, fool? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
There's a bunch of people that were involved in the moon landing that wound up dying. One of them, he was hired by NASA to give an assessment of what the probability of their success was. And he said NASA was in such complete disarray and the moon landing program was so dysfunctional that there was no chance that they were going to get to the moon in 5 years. That guy parked his car on a train track with his family inside of it.
No.
And died. And that 500-page report vanished.
No way.
Yep, nobody ever saw it again. And they killed him. And Gus Grisham's family to this day believes that they murdered him because he was saying that the program was a lemon.
Epstein's satanic ass ate babies that were just born and compared them to cream cheese. You know, I don't really give a shit about this app anymore because we already know who owns it, but just want to let you guys know that.
Jeffrey Epstein's bank account was called Baal, the ancient Canaanite deity which people had sacrificed their children to. A victim's diary shows that she was impregnated multiple times and forced to give birth for Ghislaine and Epstein. Israel is mentioned twice as much as Donald Trump in the new documents. Here he is discussing with Roger Schank, a Jewish American academic and hedge fund worker, saying Jews create vast fortunes by manipulating markets and creating financial speculation and exploiting labor. He says, let the Goyim deal in the real world. In a discussion with the Rothschild family, Epstein says if they overthrew the Ukrainian government, there would be great opportunities. The Rothschild family paid Epstein $25 million for certain algorithms. While talking to Peggy Seigel, August 7th of 2010, she asks if an event is going to be 100% Jewish. He says no, they'll have Goyim in abundance. But don't worry, they're just brilliant wasps from JP Morgan. Joshua Finkelstein, BlackRock's Larry Finkelstein's son, is accused of not having any respect for non-Jews, seeing them as not human. This is from his ex-girlfriend, Svetlana. He pressures her to have an abortion. In 2017, Epstein has a conversation talking about if you want to hire the best people, you have to hire only Jews. Only hire those who can prove they are genetically Jewish. Maria Farmer, one of the first victims to come out and name Epstein.
I wasn't allowed to go get food. And when I called Ghislaine and asked why I couldn't eat there, she said, it's a Jewish country club. You're not Jewish. They're not going to serve you. They, honest to God, think their DNA is better than everybody else's.
Said that their operation was motivated by Jewish supremacy.
So the Jewish are supremacists. That's interesting.
This is one of the latest videos that was released in the Epstein files. There's something wrong with his lip, and I can't tell what it is. Meanwhile, they're still redacting the alleged co-conspirator names in the Epstein files. Watch again. What is he doing?
It looks like he got punched in the lip.
Pop quiz. Which of these statements is true? Eggs raise your cholesterol. You need 8 glasses of water a day. Milk builds strong bones and teeth. Trick question. None of those are true. Diamonds are rare, right? No, they're not. Depression comes from a chemical imbalance in the brain. Nope. Now, these aren't mistakes or outdated science. These are psychological operations, psyops, designed to control what you buy, what you think, and how you live. We're being programmed every minute of every day, and most people don't know it. But after today, you'll know exactly how you're being manipulated. Because all psyops follow a pattern, and I'm going to show you a simple formula that can detect a psyop with scary accuracy. We'll even use it on real cases. But I'm warning you, once you learn the pattern, you'll see it everywhere, and it's going to make you angry.
Because of weapons of warfare that I can't even talk about.
What?
2 weeks ago, they saw weapons that nobody ever heard of.
Like, bro, they just confirmed that they have direct energy weapons. This is a real tweet. We've been speculating on this shit for years. Meaning the lasers from the sky that literally will melt your fucking brain. That make you fucking bleed from the nose. That make you just go crazy.
There's no entry or exit wound.
how they're designed is to make the target feel like they're crazy. Imagining things.
We're
especially
fucking cooked. If this is the shit they've been hiding from us, what the fuck else do we not know about? This is crazy shit.
Seems like anything and everything is going on and being released except for the names and what we really want. Also, I'm kind of just a little curious about what kind of weapons Israel has in their arsenal. I feel like they have some pretty crazy shit. I mean, we're damn near funding anything that they want. They could damn near get anything they want.
Frazzle Drip, one of the cases that haunts me till this day. It includes 2 videos that were found on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder named Life Insurance, which made the most hardened New York City police veterans throw up and cry, and 9 out of 12 officers who viewed the video committed suicide. There's a lot of videos that we haven't seen, but 2 in particular come to mind. A video with Weiner's wife Huma Abedin and former Secretary of the United States Hillary Clinton shows the 2 torturing a child contained in a pentagram, in one case tied to a tree and the other to a surgical bed with a doctor involved. In both videos they start cutting the child's face. The doctor does it surgically, whilst Hillary just seems to do it any way she can. Hillary then takes the face, puts it over her own and starts dancing around the girl, laughing and giggling whilst the girl is still alive. This wasn't enough torture for her to extract the most potent of adrenochrome, as she cut a Z into the stomach, removed the intestines and started dancing with it around her neck. They then used a tool to extract the girl's pineal gland through her nose, doing this precisely as they knew how to keep her alive, and each of them ate half. Hillary ate half and then offered it to Huma, and she ate half of the walnut, as they call it. And as the blood's coming out of the nose, they started sucking on her nose. They then cut her jugular vein, the girl bleeds out, and they collect her blood to finish off the ritual. This video used to be up on the dark web back in the day, but it is very hard to find now, and any video or screenshots will likely be faked to hide the truth.
That shit's hella disturbing. I'm not gonna lie, I've searched and just cannot find the video anywhere. Screenshots, anything similar to what he spoke about. I don't know if any of it is real or not, but the video is definitely not online anymore.
Since when is it cool to dress up like you huff paint? You ever seen the mugshots of the people who huff paint? This is what Jaden Smith looks like right now. He's the new creative director of Louboutin, and this is his first shoe. What do you even call this? The Tickle Me Elmos? Yo, sorry, man, I can't go out tonight. My shoes got fleas. My shoes are itching, man. Gotta give your shoes a dewormer. And in case you want to do some tap dancing, he's got the low tops. You start tap dancing, people start sneezing. Oh, did someone bring a cat? He's walking around in those just mopping the floors, which is funny because it's probably the first time he's ever done a chore. Here he's showcasing his tactical vest he created. What missions is he going on? Operation Erewhon?
I just can't imagine anybody saying, oh wow, I gotta cop that new Jaden Smith drip.
Let's eat someone's miscarriage together. I bought a few off the dark web. I have this one right here because this one is cute. It's really gooey and soft. Cheers, guys. It smells like period, and it tastes like iron, magnesium, potassium. Basically, it tastes like blood. I really like the chewy texture. There's still some fresh blood on it. You know what? Yeah, hell yeah, I love it. I'm gonna get the dark web and buy so many.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this video is fake and that that's some sort of candy. Because there's no way, right?
My face transplant was last year, and I want to answer everyone's questions. Yes, this was completely optional. I just wanted a better face. I did get to pick the donor. So they walked me into a room and I had a couple options to choose from, but I chose one that wasn't too beautiful or else people would get suspicious. It was a 30-hour surgery. The price was not that bad because it wasn't done in the US. This is not legal to do for cosmetic reasons in the US anyways. I think Khloe Kardashian did a similar thing, but let me know if you have any questions.
Whether that's makeup or not, I still think it's strange that somebody came up with this idea for a video. Apparently it's makeup, but honestly, I wouldn't put it past anybody nowadays to do something like this. On some Hillary Clinton.
Is this worth going to jail over?
I've been saving my foot shavings to put them on your food as Parmesan.
Is that a cheese grater?
I've been saving my foot shavings to put them on your food as Parmesan, and tonight was the night.
Did I ever tell you how much I dislike you?
You see why I say I wouldn't put anything past anyone? People are genuinely fucking crazy. That first song makes you feel kind of good, you know, it's like a good song. Then the second one, it just brings some like weird energy, bro. The beat, the lyrics, I don't know what it is. The second song just sounded like a worship chant to the devil or something.
The world is a stage. Catherine O'Hara is unalived at the age of 71. But what if I tell you this is another ritual? Because what are the odds that she was announced unalived 33 days before her next birthday? What are the odds that she was also announced unalived 33 years after Home Alone 2, where this guy had a cameo? And what are the odds that the same day that Kevin Warsh was announced as the replacement for Jerome Powell, the mom of Kevin in Home Alone was announced unalived? Is that just a coincidence, or is there more to that? I guess it's probably just a coincidence, right? And RIP to Catherine O'Hara. Oh yeah, and her character in Beetlejuice 2 was unalived in the movie, and she just so happened to be unalived because she was bitten by a snake. And who likes to read a certain poem about snakes? Again, this probably is just a coincidence. This is for entertainment purposes only. RIP to Catherine O'Hara.
I don't believe anything's a coincidence nowadays or anymore. We know how much they love that number 33.
It's actually a sound that will change your hearing forever.
Wait, no, I don't want to hear it.
First, I want you to listen to this. Tell me what you hear. Okay. What do you hear?
Alien, like
just like robots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play you another sound, and once I play you this sound, it's straight up gonna change you forever.
Okay.
Ready?
It was a sunny day and the children were going to the park.
Okay. Because you heard that, I'm gonna replay the other sound.
Okay.
And tell me what you hear.
It was a sunny day and the children were going to the park.
Oh! You hear the voice now!
I hear it.
And you hear it.
I hear it. I swear.
And you can never not hear it anymore. That was the original audio.
Oh, that was the... Are you sure, though?
So what this does, it changes your brain because it gave you more information. And now you're subconsciously listening. This is where it gets scary.
Okay.
Because that's exactly what's being played to us every single day.
What do you mean?
Music, with news, with media, we're subconsciously being taught different things, waiting to hear an outcome that we already know. So we're not really in control anymore. And it's very subconscious.
How the fuck is war still legal? I mean, as a comedian, I can't call a fat fuck anymore, but it's still socially acceptable to shoot a missile in the general direction of somebody you're upset with. I mean, like, dude, there was like kids over there. This is my favorite response. Well, you know, they're using kids as human shields. It's like, well, you gotta work around that. Jesus Christ, if I'm mad at my neighbor and I want to beat the shit out of him, but he's holding a baby, right? I wouldn't come in and try to punch him through the baby. Yeah, you go in, you know, you throw a hook, you sweep the legs. You do it on the lawn so the baby bounces off the grass, all right? There's fucking rules to this shit.
Unfortunately, the rules were made for us, not them.
What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a quick post to let you know that I'm going back into the studio tomorrow to work on my song Girlfriend. I'm so excited to see how it turns out, and I really can't wait for you all to hear it as well. Hope everyone's having a blessed night.
So this was Amanda Bynes, a Nickelodeon child actor. Now, she was before my generation. You know, I grew up with the Shake It Up, Disney XD, Sweet Life on Deck, like right between that 2010. So this was like early 2000s Nickelodeon, right? When it was real weird. So Dan Schneider, she's one of those victims, bro. And you could obviously see, bro. You got to think about this. What kind of parent will usher they child into being a child actor. Like the older, like when I was young, I'm like, okay, that's just a child actor, you know, like I get it. But when I'm as a grown adult, like, why would you want your child like to carry the weight of like like they be using a child as like a crutch to like financial freedom, bro. And I don't know who her parent is, but they put her with these beasts, bro. Cause she shouldn't be like this as an adult, man. And you might think, oh well, she's free. I don't care what nobody said. This is pain. You can see pain on the right, and then on the left is you can see true innocence. So that's all I'm saying, bro.
I'm pretty sure most of their parents get offered like a stupid, ridiculous price, and money changes people, believe it or not. Once you hear a certain number, you start thinking, which obviously doesn't make it right. It's pretty fucked up, but I don't think I've heard any Zach Brown song that requires this type of setting. I can only imagine them listening to Chicken Fried at this place. These Jews are getting a lot more bolder every day. And let's not ignore, you know, the fact that it is them. They're behind it. They're behind everything. They're behind all of it. Nobody will say anybody's wrong if they say something like that. It's just straight to, that's anti-Semitic. Just like how you realize patterns with other races and groups of people, you start to realize patterns with these people.
Yo, so tell me why I'm rewatching Avatar right now and I see this shit, bro. Just wait. Just wait. It's right here. Watch what the fuck you're about to see. Let me get the remote. Let me get the fucking remote. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Boom, motherfucker. What is that? What is that? Yo. Nah. That's crazy.
Well, clearly Pandora was promised to them 3,000 years ago, so there's that. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and or subscribing if you guys are new. Apologize for kind of disappearing every now and again. I've just been trying to get settled in with my new job, new room, new area. I'm just trying to get everything put together, and it's just, the ball is rolling very slow. But I did want to try to get something out for you guys today, so hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video. But yeah guys, as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.